Welcome to another 5 Book Friday. Today we're talking books for book lovers. Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to do another 5 Book Friday, and since it's Nonfiction November, I thought that I would share some nonfiction books that are great for book lovers. So if you're a book lover like me, you may be interested in some of these books about books. So the first one is I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogle. This is a short little book. I remember receiving this for Christmas. My son bought it for me maybe 2 years ago, and I read it that afternoon. Christmas Day, that afternoon, I read the whole thing because it's not that long. I loved it. It was the perfect gift for a book lover. So if you have a book lover in your life, or if you just want it, it's a great birthday gift or Christmas gift. If you don't know what to get them, pick up this little book because it's sweet. It's a great celebration of reading. And if you are a huge reader like me, you'll enjoy it. She just talks about her collection of books, her life as a reader, and also the dilemmas, the problems within being such an avid reader and a book lover. So it's just a fun one to pick up, and again, you can read this in one afternoon, and I love that one. Another one that is an all-time favorite is 84 Charing Cross Road. I could not go without mentioning this one, of course. Again, a slim little volume. I read it in a day, and then this year, it was the first day of this year, I decided to read it again because I loved it so much. This is the perfect Nonfiction November read too, if you haven't read it. You must read this if you enjoy books about books. This is about a girl who wanted to collect more rare literature that she couldn't find in her area, classics that she couldn't find. And so she wrote to a bookstore in London, and she starts this correspondence with the book seller there, one of the people that worked at the bookshop, and they build this relationship through both their loves of books and just everyday life, and learning that they had a lot of things in common. And then she learns more about the people that work in the bookshop, and she becomes friends with them too. It's just a wonderful story about her starting this friendship with someone across the ocean and their love of books. And I just love this book, and this is one you should pick up and read every year. The next one is another slim volume. I read this again in an afternoon. It's The Little Guide to Your Well-Read Life. How to Get More Books in Your Life and More Life from Your Books. I mean, isn't that a fantastic title? And it's by Steve Levine. I loved this book too. Again, I read it quickly. It's about, again, his love for reading and how he wanted to make the most out of his reading. So he really sits down and just talks through how to choose the books that you really want to read and organizing those, and also how to find out about other books that you may be interested in reading. The best thing about this book is the back, because there is this wonderful bibliography at the back of all these wonderful books that he mentions throughout this book. So of course, I want to read all of them, and I find myself looking at this from time to time just for the bibliography. And if you're a book lover like me, you probably would love this one too. Again, these are all not long. They wouldn't take you much time, and they make great gifts too. And then my favorite book that is on this list is Honey for a Woman's Heart, Growing Your World Through Reading Great Books by Gladys Hunt. She wrote another book, Honey for a Child's Heart. I've never read that, but boy, do I love this book. Kate Howe mentioned this book, I don't know, probably a year or two or more ago. I don't even know when she mentioned this, a long time ago. And she just talked about how much she loved it. This is a fantastic book for book lovers. If you're wanting to find the next great book to read, pick up this book. But the best part of this book is all the way through it, there are these little, looks like a little file folder, and it's a little grade section of other people's favorite books. So she has asked all these different book lovers their favorite books and why they chose those books. I mean, there are so many books to last you a lifetime mentioned in here. And this is just like something that I go back to all the time. The other morning, I just pulled it off the shelf and was just reading through it again. It's one of those books you will wear slap out because it has so many great, like this one is Books I Loved as a Young Reader, and they're recommended by Jan Karen, who wrote the Mitford series. This is Books That Inspire Courage in Me, and it's by a high school student. This Sarah Feldhake, who was just a high school student, talking about her love of books at the age, as a teenager. Another is Children Books I Read at Adult Dinner Parties. And, it's just all of these different lists of books. So it's not just the list that Gladys Hunt gives, but also tons of other lists by other people. I hope that I have sold you on this book. You need this book, I'm telling you. It is so, if you're looking for a great list of books, like what should I read next? Grab this because it's fantastic. And thank you to Kate Howe because that's how I heard about this. And the final one on this list I have not read yet, but it was highly recommended by Alice from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. And that is Bookworm, a memoir of childhood reading, and it's written by Lucy Mangan, I guess is how you say her name. Look at that cover. I mean, it's gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the shine, but it has like some copper colored foiling on the front, and it's a gorgeous book. So just for that, I loved it. But I haven't read this one yet. Alice, when she recommends something that piques my interest, it's always a favorite read for me. So I feel like this will be a great one too. I trust her judgment on books. So I'm excited to read this one. I picked this up because of that, and also to go into this year, I thought, oh, I'll read that because as a new booktuber, because I had just started my booktube channel when she talked about it. Again, I still haven't gotten to it, so I need to read that one soon. I hope to read it maybe in December. I was thinking about finishing off my year with this one. I thought it would be a great one to finish off the year. Let me know if you've read any of these, and also, is there a book for book lovers that you've read, a nonfiction book for book lovers that you've read that you think the rest of us in this community would enjoy reading too? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.